great. So, can you introduce yourself and tell us what it is that you do?
Hi, I'm Kelly Johnson. I'm owner of Sedona Chocolate Superfoods, and we make raw, live, organic, vegan chocolate.
Can you tell me the process of your chocolate, where it comes from?
We get our chocolate, our cacao. Chocolate is derived from cacao. It's a tree that grows 10 degrees north and south of the equator worldwide, and we get ours from Ecuador, from our friends who have biodynamic and organic farms.
So, what does biodynamic mean?
Basically, like in a nutshell, biodynamic is working with the natural environment to, gosh, what does biodynamic mean? How to explain biodynamics in a short sentence? Steiner, Rudolf Steiner, check that out.
Okay.
It's basically, working in harmony with the energies of the land and the earth.
And what does organic mean? What does it take to be organic?
No chemicals, no pesticides, no fertilizers, nothing that's going to become harmful to the plants or the environment or people who consume the plants that are grown there.
Are your products themselves organic?
All organic, yeah. We're all certified
Can you
organic.
tell me about your company, how your company came to be?
My company came to be because I was on a journey of restoring my health, and I got interested in live foods and raw foods. And then somebody handed me a few cacao seeds, and I was like blown away by the feeling that I got from eating these little cacao beans. And I started messing and playing around with different recipes of cacao and chocolate, and discovering what this stuff was. And I decided that we could make something really healthy and sustainable. So the company came to be. I started making recipes and mixing them up and making different little yummy little cacao treats and sharing them with people. And it's just grown organically out of that. People have become interested and shared their time, efforts, energy, and talent and finances. And now, 6 years later, we have a production facility, raw vegan restaurant, organic garden, right here in Sedona.
So, how would you define conscious consumerism?
Conscious consumerism would be being aware of everything we purchase and where it comes from, who's been involved in producing whatever item it is, how it's gotten to us, and then where it goes after we're finished using it, if there is a byproduct of it. If there's packaging, if there's something left over from when we're done consuming such items.
And how has your company implemented those types of strategies?
All of our packaging, number one, is biodegradable. So it will break down. Not only does it protect the food while the food's in it, the chocolate's in it, but then it will break down within a year or so of being in a landfill, and faster than that in a compost pile. We work with all sorts of different companies to find ways to ship materials with using the lowest footprint possible on the earth. The least amount of fuels and gasoline, such like that. And basically all the materials we bring in, we make sure we recycle anything that would be considered a waste product.
So how do you see people can implement more conscious consumerism strategies into their lifestyle, the regular kind of everyday people?
Grow your own food and buy food from people who are growing their own food. It just cuts down, buy locally, support your local farmers, support local artists and craftsmen, and just be aware of everything you're buying and where it comes from, and if there's anything left over after you're done using it, where's it going to go? And the reality of what's the real reality of recycling. Everybody needs to go check into that.
Why have you chosen to make conscious decisions in your company? Why are those important to you?
I mean, even before I had a company, I was a super simple lifestyle, low impact dude. And it's just the way it is. It's the way it has to be. It wasn't even really a choice that I chose. It was a choice that chose me. So I strive to look at everything we're participating in and how that affects everyone and everything. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. And so, who is affected by your decisions? Who is affected? How are they affected?
Well, it starts with the growers who are growing the cacao we use, and we pay and support them to beyond fair trade prices and practices, and we support them in being completely organic so that they're not working around chemicals and pesticides and fertilizers. And so that impacts their lives. They have a higher standard of living. They have a great standard of living. They have their own little family farms, and they pick their cacao, and they're supported to stay and live on their own motherland. And then when things are brought in to be processed, again, without using chemicals or anything like that, just pure clean water to process with. And then once the raw materials are here in the United States, we utilize techniques. What was the question again?
Who are you affecting?
Who are we affecting?
By making conscious business practices, and how are they being affected?
Who are we affecting? I feel like we're definitely affecting the people who consume our products. You know, the name of our products are Love, Live Organic Vegan Euphoria. And it really is the human element and the people who we work with and who work with me, who are putting the products together, who are putting their conscious intention and presence into the materials, the finished products. And that love vibration stays in that food and it goes out to everyone. Therefore, I feel like it uplifts everyone who eats it. And that's been the basic response. And the response is really obvious because the more we make, the more people desire. And the more it grows and the more feedback we get about how conscious our products are, how good they feel when a person eats them. It's not only just about taste and flavor and texture, which that's all fantastic, but it's really about the conscious presence, the people when we're making it that makes the difference. It's the human element. It came to me one time that we're human beings and we have the ability to do something that's completely unique, and that's make love. Wow, we can make that just by our own presence. It's amazing.
Anything else that you want to share that you really feel like is important to you and is an important aspect of being a global citizen in this community? What does that mean, and how do we move forward how do we move away from making the average decisions with buying at Safeway or whatever? How do we move away from that?
Slow down, take a breath, find your local farmers markets. Realize that most people, we don't need to consume as much as we do. We can live on very little. I remember 20 years ago when I was really addicted to the standard American diet and how that was, and how I was always hungry, and how I was always like so much energy around and time and effort around eating, preparing food, and then getting rid of the waste that it created. And it's so simple now. It's like get a carrot, get some celery, get some cucumbers, get some greens from the garden, mix it up, and you have a salad. There's so many schools and so many amazing resources we have at hand, like the Tree of Life Foundation or the Living Light Institute or the Echelon Institute, and so many of these places around, the Chocolatry here, to teach people how to prepare food and just understand and live a more low-impact lifestyle on the earth. And therefore, it's a lot easier on ourselves and our bodies. People become more relaxed, have quieter minds, and more appreciative of the moment. We have so much to be grateful for, and that's really the key of it. Everybody, I know I've been in really dark places and really despairing times, and the thing that really lifted me up out of all of that is finding that little element that I could be grateful for and focusing on that, no matter how rotten it seemed or how bad it was. So I encourage everybody, no matter how dramatic or intense or stirred up your life is, pick that one little thing you can be grateful for, and then 1 becomes 2, becomes 4, becomes 8, and it's just very synergistic, and it grows what you love and what you're grateful for. And soon you begin to find out more of really why you're here on the earth. What's your dharma? What's your reason for being? What's your why? You know, ask these questions and listen and pursue gratitude and love. Embrace gratitude and love and kindness.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And where can you get your products? Where can we get Love Cups?
You can get them here at Chocolatry and most Whole Foods stores and many independent health food stores and restaurants. So if you want some and it's not in your neighborhood, call us up. We'll get it in your neighborhood. Contact your local store or become a local store. Become a local store or a co-op. Get your websites up and running. We'll hook up all the links and you can order to your heart's content. ChocolateSuperfoods.com.
Thanks.
ChocolatryCafe.com.
Great.
GreenPlanetParadise.com.
Yay! Thanks so much, Kelly. It's really been great.